Hello and welcome to my channel Attila Tarot. Well, in this video we will focus on Pierre Poilievre, an update on him. And many people have been asking updates, but I usually like to do any updates if there's a significant change, and obviously Carney getting a majority is something that I think is worth looking into, how the energies are changing, shifting. We also look at his previous reading. So obviously it's a big change, but Carney kind of, I would say, outsmarted him by actually convincing these people to cross the floor. Now, is it fair to the elector, to the people that they represent? I don't think it is fair from my own perspective, because those people sometimes people really choose based on party, and I think for them to actually go and cross to the other side is not necessarily the best from the voters' perspective, in my opinion. But it is legal, so it will be interesting if they will make any kind of ruling about it. Let me know in the comments what do you think about what should they do about floor crossings, how the law should handle these. Should they be attached to new elections, or should they be allowed? I think probably the challenge is that I don't think it has ever happened in Canada's history that somebody got a majority based on floor crossings, but you always learn. So let's get into this reading. Okay, so what we have here for Poilievre, so I just have these candles all over. So, new moon in Libra, new romantic cycle begins. So obviously we're not going to talk about romance here, but I think what he has to look at is that this is a new cycle, a new beginning, and I think he has to look at where is he gonna go from this point. Because if you ask me, I don't think he was able to adapt to the new situation, and I think this shows for him. I think it's gonna force him to start something new. Now let's see the overall energies. So, in the center of his reading, he has the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is a leader, a conservative leader. This is one of the most conservative leaders from the tarot, and obviously Poilievre is the leader of the Conservative Party, so it can easily symbolize him. But this is also a card that is showing someone who is very hard worker, someone who is putting a lot of effort, and on the long term achieves success. So I think what he needs to kind of shift his focus now is not the immediate winning, but more around what will be his long-term focus and long-term strategy, long-term prosperity as well. Because he has the resources definitely for that. The first card we have here for him is the Strength card. Now, the Strength card talks about having the ability to face our fears, having the ability to win over any kind of situation that comes our way. Now, the Strength is also talking about having confidence. I think it's very important for him not to lose confidence overall based on whatever happened, because again, this is a card of slow and steady wins the race with this combination of the King of Pentacles. Now, the next card, which I think is very important for him, this one, the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles is when we are trying to focus on and not on what we've been doing and not taking any kind of risks, and just keep doing what we've been doing and not letting it go. And I think this is kind of the biggest message from that point of view, because the Four of Pentacles is someone who is not able to adapt. They achieved a lot. They did a lot of good work, but they're afraid. They're afraid that they're going to lose everything that they have, and it's driven by fear. So I think, and this is a card that kind of focuses on that, okay, I just want to keep doing the same thing. So I think it's very important for him to focus on adaptability, because that's the challenge of the Four of Pentacles. But with that Strength card on top of it, it can indicate that he might be able to face that. Now he also have the Ace of Pentacles, which he had it in his 2026 reading as well. So there's definitely a new cycle, new opportunities, something that's tangible. So I think there's going to be opportunities for him to grab that's going to be offered for him. So I think it's very important for him to actually be taking enough risks, let me put it this way, because he has this Four of Pentacles. So I think in order for him to take any kind of new opportunities, he needs to kind of balance how much a risk he will take. We also have the Hangman, which is a very stuck energy, which kind of shows that things are not moving forward as he would like to see. This is like a very, very slow progress. When it's a stuck energy. But again, like this is a very important message, because with the Hanged Man, he has to see things from a new perspective. I don't think he can keep saying the same things over and over again, because that's what he's been doing, and that's what the message is, that he's stuck in that old ways of doing things. And the Hangman is kind of encouraging him to see things from a new perspective and let things go and let things unfold in divine timing. Now we also have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, again, as a court card, can be his energy, someone around him. So I think when you kind of look at the Knight of Wands, this is someone who is very progressive, the builder, who can be very, very successful, who can be way more successful than people think. So I think this shows that he has a lot of potential. This shows that he can build new things as well and new approaches. So I think he overall has potential. Now let's see what's going to be the final outcome of this reading. But before that, a quick reminder to like, share, subscribe, and hype. And also let me know where you're watching from. What do you think about what's been happening in the Canadian politics? Especially, what do you think about Pierre Poilievre and whether he's been able to change or adopt, or whether he will come back from this situation? Now, he also has the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is a very, very positive card. One of the most positive ones when you've been through a lot, difficulties, challenges, storms, and you're able to achieve something positive, something that you enjoy to the fullest. So I think what I'm kind of getting here, that he needs to kind of face his fears and see things from a different perspective. And I think through that, he's going to be able to achieve whatever he wants to achieve with that Ten of Cups. Now he also has the King of Wands. This is the leader card, the true born leader, someone who is able to convince people, who has a vision and very convincing, and likes new approaches, new directions. So he has two very strong leaders here. One of them is the conservative, and the other one is that kind of likes the new ways, the innovator. And I think, again, he has to kind of balance that of doing things the same way as he's been doing with that Four of Pentacles, versus trying new things, taking risks. And I think it's very important for him to take some risks, because whatever he's been doing hasn't been resonating as well in terms of getting more support. But also, there's a progress that's happening here. He has the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands, so there's some kind of a progress that he will be able to see. Now he also has the Eight of Cups. Again, Eight of Cups, very important for him to start something new, turn his back to what he's been doing and start something that's risky, because this is all about taking a risk and going into a new direction. So I think very, very strong message for him to go into some kind of a new direction. Bottom of the deck, interesting that Carney had it too, Eight of Pentacles. I think both of them are working hard. I don't think you can kind of deny that, but I think he has actually a more positive reading than what he had at the beginning of the year. We will look at these cards as well, because if you remember, he did have the Tower in the middle of his reading, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like the Tower, because the Tower is generally a big chaos when the structures are collapsing. And I think with these crossings we can see that you know, like whatever he built was pretty much collapsing. Now let's see what we have. Final messages. We do have here the clever ploy. Step up your game, outwit them, negotiate wise tactics behind the scenes. Now this can also indicate secrets, so there might be here some information that we don't see. But I think when you have the fox, the clever ploy, it's always about being smarter, being the step ahead of the people. So I think he needs to do new approaches, negotiate, be smarter than what he is with that clever ploy. He also has the emergence, coming into the light, soul work, awaken, spotlight, many interests, live gently. I think what's really important here that he's going to be able to see things clearly in terms of how to move forward. And he also has the quick returns, efforts are rewarded, temp work, fast pace, physical loan, interest commission. I think what's really important here, the bunny, which indicates multiplication and quick returns on what he's doing. And I think he's going to be able to see quick returns if he is seeing things from a different perspective, and if he's taking more risks. So that's all I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I'll be able to welcome you again.